Hello, Gemini. Welcome back to my channel. I am Mambo Sierra, here to do your 6 months tea leaf reading. If it does resonate with you, please let me know in the comments. Let me know your thoughts. But if it doesn't, just move along and maybe look at your rising sign or, rising sign, sun, moon, your moon to see what fits best for you. Or if none of it fits right now, then keep watching the channel and see what does. And we will get into the reading. Okay, so Gemini, when I was preparing your teacup and doing the leaves that I used, I kept hearing heart, mind, body, and spirit. And I was like, okay, well, what does that mean? And it just felt like there's a disconnect between them. Like maybe one thing is ruling everything and there's not shared responsibility. It's not working together as a unit. Everything is working separately, which causes disharmony in your physical being, in your spiritual being, and in your outside world. So I would ask you to reflect on the things that you really need to focus on and maybe pull back from what it is that you have been focusing on way too much. So maybe if you're a heart focused person, but your heart kind of makes you bleed out to everybody or take in things that are terrible, but in your mind tells you no, don't do it that way, but you still listen to your heart. You got to kind of balance it out, listen to both and use discernment, and then you have to look at your soul and your spirit, and you have to look at that and what's best for that and what's going to positively impact yourself, your soul, your spirit, and your life. So in all of that, it's about working together and keeping things in line and in check within your body. All right. Now this plate is quite dark. I'm using a special teacup that my Gemini sister gave to me for Christmas. And I wanted to use it because it's perfect she's Gemini and this is a Gemini reading, but it's a dark place, so I can't really see much, but I do see there's a closing in, like, okay, so this is my hand and there's like a closing in, like that's just what it looks like, and maybe it's going to an eye kind of shape. So, but then there's no pupils, so maybe you're blinded by something. Maybe there's something blinding your eye, your spiritual eye, and your physical eye. Maybe there's lack of clarity there. So I would say pray on clarity. Use St. Clair to ask for clarity, because there's a bunch of gook here as well, which just indicates there's like a blockage in the sight region. Maybe use something on your third eye, some clear quartz, some amethyst, something to kind of clear out the crud from the eye. Maybe you need to decalcify your pineal gland. So there's many ways that you can do so on YouTube. They have binaural beats, and people show you what to do in different ways to do that. So maybe it's time to really put that to focus and decalcify that gland, because it may be blocking your sight and what you can't see. Okay, so and these were the two cards that I pulled for you. Self-care isn't selfish, and finding the light in the dark place. So our sometimes we, like I was saying before, it goes back to heart, mind, body, spirit, and connecting everything. If you're not taking care of yourself the proper ways, then, and you may feel like it's selfish or you have to put everybody before you, but you don't. And you have to make time to, take care of you and fix you, because then you can't help anybody else. If you're not fixed, you can't help your family if you're not operating at 100%, and there are dark times in our lives. And sometimes that putting other people before us can create that darkness. And this is a way to really eliminate that and focus on the light. Because that darkness, you walk down that dark tunnel and you just pray for some sort of sign, some sort of light, and then that light hits, and it's like, aha, there it is. So you can always find the darkness within the light. Okay, so I look at this creation right here, and it just gives me this old, stagnant vibe. Like if you leave a plate somewhere and it got some sort of crusted over food or something like that, and you should have dealt with it before it crusted over. This is that energy. So there's something that you should have dealt with before it has crusted over and became stale and nasty and stagnant in your world. And then I think that at this point you're kind of noticing it, and so it's time to clean it up. It's time to clean up whatever this stagnant energy is, whatever that staleness is. It's time to clean it up and get rid of this. When I look at it, I just don't get any sort of good vibes. Like, what is those? It's like this creature. I can't. What is silver dollars? Maybe what is silver dollars? I don't know. There's like the silver things, but they're like annoying little pests. There's some that's annoying, that's pesky, that shouldn't be there, but it's there and it just has to go. There's something that needs to be cleared up in your energy field and in your world that needs to be scraped off, like scooping up roadkill off the road. Okay. Once we get past that, we move forward into there looks like there's a rock, and then there looks like there's a person, quite mermaidish, but kind of the way that I'm looking at it, does it. There's a tail, there's the body, there's the head and hair. It looks like she's about to dive back into the water because she found herself and she's found her home. And in her home, there's depths that she knows that she has to find the truth in. And so she's diving back in to discover that, to discover herself. She's taking that leap just like the Fool card. Taking that leap, moving forward. And this here is just like that spirit energy, like giving her that energy, that motivation, that courage to move forward and keep it moving forward. And here I see a cross. I see a cross covered in roses. And then maybe your faith is about to really bloom. There may come something within these 6 months of when you see this, that something happens where your faith really blooms and it pulls you out of your own way. Okay, and now this is coming after you dive into the water, after you dive into the depths, and maybe you're diving into the depths of your faith, whatever that faith may be, in yourself, your religion, an ATR, whatever it may be, but you're diving into the faith and it's growing and it's going to take you places that you never thought you would spiritually. And there's a bird here. There's a bird right next to that. So you will be getting spirit messages. And it looks like on top of that bird, there's like that rock formation where people stack the rocks on top of each other, and it's very zen, very peaceful. And it looks like this bird is bringing in some sort of peace for you when you start listening and allow your faith to bloom within yourself. Okay, so this looks like this. I mean, when I look at it, I'm getting like a witch who has found her power. And it may not be a witch, it could be just a person. But in this, it looks like a witch because with the hat and with the things, with like a broom, it looks like the broom in her hand is on it right there. And her little dress is flying in the wind. So there's something that may be magical that happens for you. The unknown, the unexpected, things that you thought weren't real become real. Things that you thought that you could not do and obtain become real. You find the magic within yourself. That's what I feel. It's you begin to do spell work. You may even begin to make things for spiritual purposes, but you find yourself and you grow from that. See. And that just looks like something just said, don't worry about gossip. So there's a message there with not worrying about gossip, not worrying about what people think, not worrying about any of that. This looks like a bouquet, and there's like a lily, and there's like maybe like an open lily right there too. So this one's not quite open, but this one is halfway open, and this one's fully open. So it's like the stages of a lily, which is you blooming, like really coming into your happiness. You know, lily is a good symbol of peace, happiness, and things of that nature. Look it up for yourself, and look at the different stages of a lily, too, because that may be very insightful for you. Now, Gemini, I hope that this reading has helped you and will help you along your path. Thank you for joining me. I hope that you have the best day, best night, wherever you are. Be blessed. Take care. Stay safe.